Before he was king, David was just a young shepherd. But God saw his heart and chose him to lead the people of Israel. In Bethlehem, the prophet Samuel anoints David with oil, as commanded by God. The Lord says, "Man looks at the outward appearance, but I look at the heart." David was still young, but the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon him. With Saul's death, David seeks direction from the Lord. He goes to Hebron, where he is anointed king of Judah. For 7 years, he reigns over part of the people while Saul's house still resists. Finally, all the tribes come to David and say, "You led us even when Saul was king. The Lord has chosen you." David is anointed king over all Israel at the age of 30. David conquers Jerusalem from the Jebusites. He fortifies the city and makes it the capital of the kingdom. It becomes known as the City of David. With reverence and celebration, David brings the Ark of the Lord to Jerusalem. He dances joyfully before God, unashamed, for his worship was sincere. David desires to build a temple for God. But the Lord replies, "Not you, but your son will build it," and promises, "I will establish your kingdom's throne forever." This is the Davidic covenant, pointing to the Messiah. The Lord gives David victories over all his enemies. He reigns with justice and mercy, showing compassion by welcoming Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, his friend. But even the king after God's own heart sinned. David coveted Bathsheba and ordered the death of her husband Uriah. God sends the prophet Nathan to confront him. David deeply repents and writes Psalm 51. Sin brings consequences. The house of David faces tragedies: Amnon, Tamar, Absalom. Absalom rebels and takes the throne for a time. David cries, "My son, Absalom, I wish I could die in your place." At the end of his life, David prepares his son Solomon to reign. He gathers the materials for the temple and hands over the blueprint. Then, David dies in peace. But his throne does not end there, for from it would come Jesus, the eternal king. David was a shepherd, warrior, poet, and king. But above all, he was a man after God's own heart. Not because he was perfect, but because he repented, obeyed, and worshipped sincerely. May his legacy inspire us to seek the Lord with all our heart.